Does NASA know an asteroid is coming? Does this mark the beginning of the end? Well, just a couple days ago on Sunday night, this past Sunday night, I did a live stream with my co-host Flipped Out, and we talked about Apophis, this asteroid that NASA knows is headed our way, the way of planet Earth. They first reported that it looked like it was a good probability that it might hit us, and then later came out and said, well, no, we think it's probably not going to hit. Maybe it's going to be off by a little bit, maybe 19,000 miles. 19,000 miles seems like a good distance, but the moon is 238,000 miles, and we know how close that is, so it's really pretty close. It's within the orbits of our satellites, so if this thing did even fly by, it could hit our satellites, or some of them, and knocking out who knows what, communications around the world. Depends on what it hits, or if it did hit. But what if they're wrong? What if they're wrong? What if it changes trajectory again and is headed back towards Earth? Or worse yet, they're lying and they know it's on a course for Earth, and they're just not letting the public know. Well, we talked about a simulation that NASA was running last week on the live stream, and the results are in. And it's not so good for Earth. Asteroid, this is coming from MSN.com. NASA asteroid simulation ends in unavoidable disaster for Earth. There is no current technology on Earth that could stop a massive asteroid from wiping out Europe, according to a simulation carried out by leading space agencies. The week-long exercise led by NASA concluded that catastrophe would be unavoidable, even given 6 months to prepare. The hypothetical impact scenario, which took place during a planetary defense conference hosted by the United Nations, proved the governments are woefully unprepared for this kind of disaster. Quote, if confronted with the scenario in real life, we would not be able to launch a spacecraft on such short notice with current capabilities, the participants said. The only response to such an event would be to evacuate the area before the asteroid hit the planet. However, the impact zone was across large parts of North Africa and Europe. Quote, each time we participate in exercises of this nature, we learn more about who the key players are in the disaster event and who needs to know what information and when, said Lindley Johnson, NASA's planetary defense officer. Who needs to know when? Does the public need to know? Is the public on that chain of command? Do they need to know? And if so, when? And what if not? Is that why we were first told information looks like it, there's a chance it could hit us, and then all of a sudden it got changed, so now we think it's going to miss? Did someone come and say, hey, wait. The public does not need to know this now. Maybe later, maybe closer to the event when we know it's too late. Maybe then, or maybe not. Interesting question. These exercises ultimately help the planetary defense community communicate with each other and with our governments to ensure we are all coordinated should a potential impact threat be identified in the future. Responding to the news of the failure, SpaceX boss Elon Musk said that the lack of solution was one of many reasons why we need larger and more advanced rockets. Now, I also gave the theory that Elon might know about this. On Sunday we were talking about this. I said maybe Elon knows about this, and that's why he's so obsessed with getting off planet and getting to Mars, or any other planet that seems like it could sustain life, human life, because he knows something's coming. He knows a little more than he's letting on, and perhaps that's why he's so driven. Well, he is taking this opportunity to show the need for higher, more advanced, and stronger rockets. So maybe there is something to this theory that I have. SpaceX recently secured a $2.89 billion contract with NASA to develop its next-generation Starship spacecraft, which is being built to transport people and cargo around the solar system. So is this like a space-aged Noah's Ark? Is that what he's trying to build here? A galactic Noah's Ark? I don't know. Combined with its super heavy rocket booster, SpaceX claims Starship will be the world's most powerful launch vehicle ever developed, and could theoretically be used to assist missions designed to divert the path of an Earthbound asteroid. And he's got 8 years to figure this out before the first flyby of Apophis. Flyby. NASA is already working on an asteroid deflection technology and is planning the first launch of this test mission of its Double Asteroid Redirection Test, or DART for short, system in late 2021 before reaching the asteroid Dimorphos in autumn of 2022. So different asteroid, not Apophis. The mission will attempt to change the orbit of the asteroid and hopefully offer proof that such a mitigation strategy could work on dangerous near-Earth objects, or NEOs for short, in the future. DART will be the first test for planetary defense, and the data returned after its impact of Dimorphos will help scientists better understand one way we might mitigate a potentially hazardous NEO discovered in the future. While the asteroid DART imposes no threat to Earth, it is in the perfect location for us to perform this test of technology before it may actually be needed. NASA is currently tracking 25,000 NEOs, so 25,000 near-Earth objects, with new discoveries being made at 30 each week. So there's a lot of them out there, but Apophis is the most dangerous threat as of right now. Now, I was also talking about the biblical implications of this and how this could be wormwood of the Bible, the Revelation, one of the judgments in the book of Revelation that hits the earth. It sounds a lot like an asteroid, and some of the repercussions of it match what would happen if an asteroid were to hit, kicking up dust and soil into the atmosphere. It would cause the sun to go dark because it would be covered in basically a layer of dust. The moon wouldn't give its light. Similar things. It would cause probably earthquakes in various regions. Also probably good chance volcanoes would start erupting because of the impact, because of the soil released. It would most likely cause that, which again would cause havoc and blanket the earth with soot, because of all the volcanoes going off, and then you've got the impact itself. So bad stuff, but the Bible does foretell that this will happen in the future. In the book of Revelations, it is predicted, it is prophesied that this will happen in the end times during the tribulation, and there's so much connection to Apophis, the word Apophis, which I've gone into a little further detail in the live show, so I would, if you're interested in this and want to learn more about the connections to the biblical prophetic texts and the science behind Apophis and the impact it could cause, watch our live show from last Sunday. I go into further detail about this, but there does seem to be a connection here, and now we've got NASA saying we are unprepared. Well, it seems like in the Bible, when it hits, we are also unprepared. We don't have the technology to be able to deflect it, or Armageddon it, I guess you might say. So interesting, very scary stuff here, but we'll see. We've got about 8 years till the first, hopefully, flyby of Apophis. So hopefully we'll learn more as it starts getting closer. But what will they deem okay for the public to know, and when? As they say themselves, they will choose what the public or what whoever gets to know and when they get to know it. So there you have it. Thank you for watching. Do tune into our live show every Sunday night at 6 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. My co-host Flipped Out and I talk about the UFO phenomenon, the paranormal, biblical prophecies, strange mysteries, and hidden histories. Thank you for watching.